The Nevada Supreme Court has reprimanded the attorney representing the man who was convicted of jumping over a bench and attacking a Clark County judge. Arnold represented Deobra Redden, seen here in this video in January of 2024, taking a flying leap over the bench to attack Judge Mary Kay Holthus. The documents from the Nevada Supreme Court say that Arnold mishandled Redden's criminal appeal by missing required filings and not following court notices and orders. The justices say that hurt Redden's case and interfered with the appeals process. Arnold was removed from the case and agreed to a suspension of 6 months and 1 day, but that suspension is on hold as long as he follows strict conditions. Redden was sentenced to 26 to 65 years in prison for attempted murder. He pleaded guilty but mentally ill. Last year, he started the process of appealing his case to the Supreme Court.